And now we have some breaking news coming in from Jammu and Kashmir, where an infiltration bid has been foiled in Poonch on the line of control. And in a significant development, 2 Pakistani terrorists have been killed as Indian Army foils infiltration bid in Poonch. Both the terrorists were killed and they were belonging to Lashkar-e-Toiba. The Indian Army has recovered 3 AK series rifles from these terrorists. A group of 3 to 4 terrorists attempted infiltration last evening from the Khari Karmara sector of Poonch. And in a big win for forces, not just have they managed to foil their infiltration build, but also recovered the weapons from these slain Pakistani terrorists. Let's go across to Gursimran, my colleague who's joining us live from the location. Gursimran, a very good morning to you. This is a big success for the forces there. But what motive have we been able to establish of these terrorists who were attempting to infiltrate into India?
See, this is a big success for the Indian Army, as in the area of responsibility that comes under the 16th Corps of the Indian Army in the first operation of 2024 in 2025 in entire Jammu and Kashmir. The forces have been able to neutralize a major threat. That is a Lashkar group that was trying to infiltrate into the Indian territory in the Poonch Khari Karmara sector has been neutralized by the security forces. There was an intel that was received by the Indian Army regarding the movement of 3 to 4 terrorists into the Indian territory from the other side of the line of control, that is from the Pakistani occupied Jammu and Kashmir. And based on that input, the Indian Army launched an operation, and during operation, when the terrorists tried to sneak in into the Indian territory, they were fired upon, and 2 terrorists from Lashkar-e-Toiba, both who are the Pakistani terrorists, have been neutralized by the security forces, and 3 weapons that are the AK series rifles have been recovered from their possession. It is very clear that the Pakistan is now desperately trying to push in more and more terrorists into the Indian territory, and this is one such example that has now been neutralized. It's worth mentioning that the Pakistan is trying to push as many terrorists into the Indian territory as they can ahead of the onset of summers, so that they can make the summers hot in Jammu and Kashmir. But the Indian Army has foiled this attempt of the Pakistan, and 2 terrorists have been killed. We will be continuing with this rolling coverage right after this short break, as the Indian Army gets a major breakthrough as Pakistan's infiltration bid is foiled in Poonch.
On this topic,
US President Donald Trump blamed diversity policies for the deadly mid-air collision in Washington, D.C. He said that Obama and Biden administration have prioritized policies over safety. All the 67 people are reportedly dead, and rescue teams have recovered almost 28 bodies from the Potomac River. Moving on, Donald Trump has said that 25% tariffs on Canada and Mexico will be ruled out on Saturday. He said that he is still considering whether to include oil from those countries as part of his import taxes. Meanwhile, Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau said that Trump will have to turn to Russia for resources if US President goes ahead with imposing 25% tariffs on Canadian imports. Sources claim that OpenAI chief Sam Altman is planning to visit India on February 5. This will be his first visit in India in 2 years, at a time when the company faces legal challenges in the country. NASA's 2 stuck astronauts took their first spacewalk together after 8 months of being stranded in the International Space Station. US President Donald Trump seeks billionaire Elon Musk's help to bring the astronauts home. Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore floated out to perform maintenance work and wipe the station's exterior for evidence of any microbes that might still be alive after launching from Earth and escaping through vents. And viewers, we're cutting close to a breaking news coming in. And now, ahead of the economic survey, leaders of the opposition bloc will meet at Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. This is also as Prime Minister Modi is expected to address the media shortly at 10 a.m. ahead of the budget session to seek his cooperation, to see the cooperation of all the parties for the budget session. And the opposition parties will also be meeting at Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge's residence.
Stay tuned to Developing Media Network as we bring you minute-to-minute update of this latest controversy of EC